Yeah.
Oh, is it not? The YouTube, like, actual stream panel here on the laptop says it's ended.
Okay, so the stream panel is saying that the stream has finished, and yet... That's me picking the batteries up. Right, okay, yes, so it did actually end.
Yeah, it's just, we've just seen it on the YouTube site, yeah. Ooh, sounds fun. In the evening or in the day?
Evening. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so it still believes. Okay, that's a mosquito, and I nearly managed to do it. Yes, okay, so that alleges that we're up. It's like 13%, not 50. It is okay. I mean, it's looking okay.
Don't get me wrong, I know that gain on a camera massively increases like redness on skin and stuff, but god damn. Oh good. Okay.
Congrats, Ronald. Right. Yes, we are currently.
Good work,
we are currently up.
Beautiful. Okay, apparently we've got less packet loss, so hopefully the video will be less janky. Although we don't have no packet loss, so there's probably still going to be a little bit of jank.
There is still some level of testing to be had here. Let's just see what it's doing on this.
It's getting the stream back up on his phone.
That is up, right. So monitoring
I would put it on mine to
up.
get the numbers up, but my battery's dead. So,
so monitoring is working. So apparently we're down from about, what was it, 40 to 50% packet loss on
cellular to like 12ish, I think it was,
like
on
10 to 15 on Starlink.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. We have propped the Starlink on a bin.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah. Quickly to Starlink cam.
My dad has not shut up about the Starlink at home. He's still absolutely smitten with the very idea of it, and we are actually now terminating our ADSL for it.
Starlink cam.
Yola dutifully covering up the number plate on Aid's car there.
I mean, good luck.
It must have been in the background of so many shots.
It has been. Yeah.
Excellent.
So yes, so
the ghettoest of setups, as is tradition.
So yes, magic space packets are currently fixing the problem to some degree.
Reducing the problem.
Reducing the problem. Yeah. Yes. They're reducing 90% of the problems.
Yeah.
The 10% of the problems still remain. But yes.
No, no, this is 100% Gwyn Shotwell. Oh, the packet loss is Elon's fault. The bit of it that's working is Gwyn Shotwell's fault.
Yeah. So yes, all in all,
tech seems to like mostly work. We seem limited
seems
by
to be mostly working, and I will accept that as a win.
Yes.
For certain.
Yep.
We've shown many new and interesting parts and given suitable updates on all of the things as well.
I've got some of the new wires that I need to fix the rover as well. I have mentioned this in the Discord, so Worst President already knows about that.
Excellent.
But yeah, the rover, I don't want to say like progress is happening again.
Ronald's not even the worst president.
No, he's...
I mean, like top
he tried.
Top 10, sure, but like... I mean, he doesn't make the top 3.
But yeah, like I've peeled the wiring harness apart some, found out how far it melted. Thankfully, I got so lucky.
Really?
So lucky. Yeah, the wires that I melted, they quite quickly run back into junctions that are basically where they're reinforced with other feeds.
Yeah.
So like I only burned a couple of feet of 2 wires. So like
that is very fortunate.
Yeah, so I had to peel back some wiring loop, like proper original wiring harness and everything. But I didn't have to take apart like the whole big trunk, because the bundle across the car is like it's literally as nearly as thick as my wrist. Which, granted, I've got little like baby wrists, but even so,
That's still a
it
lot
wouldn't
of
have
wires.
been fun. Yeah. So yeah, super lucky with that. Honestly, I could have already had not the whole car. There's too much to do, but I could have had the wiring fixed and probably have the engine running again.
That's
Like,
not
because
bad.
the reason I can't run the engine now, like the engine is fine.
Well, so long as you can get it ready for August.
No problem. Like, honestly.
So yes, sorry, that was the other
Yeah.
thing I was going to mention. The 6th of August is the West Berkshire Classic Car Club
Say that 5 times
30th
fast.
anniversary show. So this is their 30th anniversary of the club, or 30th show that they've done. I can't actually remember which. But we are doing a proper big show from there. The plan is to take the Thunderbird down, pit car down. If the Golf is up and running, the Golf will be going down as well. So there's a lot to do in the next 5 weeks. I'm not here for 2 of them. So, yay! In fact, 3 of them, because I'm on the other job as well. Yeah, whoops. So we have 2 weeks to get 2 cars running. 2 cars, all one colour, because at the moment the Thunderbird is blue and white, but where I've sorted all of the bodywork at the back, that's all done and ready to have paint thrown on it, hopefully tomorrow. We need to get this one colour, except for the rear hatch. I'm not painting the rear hatch because it's alley. I need some etch primer for it, and I can't be bothered. So that's
I thought
just
we had
saying.
etch primer somewhere that
Not
we
enough
bought,
to-
but like never.
Not enough to do all of
Oh,
that.
okay.
I've got some,
Right.
but not a vast amount. So yes, so that
I
needs to be one colour, and ideally the wheel bearings need to be fixed before we try and roll it through a field.
Oh, it doesn't roll well.
It really doesn't. This would be lovely if it was back in one piece, even without the turbo. I would accept not having a turbo.
I
And
don't think
having
you're
it
having
running.
a turbo in 2 weeks.
No, I don't think I'm having a turbo.
I'm
in
not
2 weeks.
sure it'll be running in 2 weeks.
I think I can get the engine back together with a significant amount of help in 2 weeks, but
Yeah.
a turbo is very much not happening. The Thunderbird needs to be one colour, running and driving, but that needs to happen for this weekend anyway, so that is like key for this week.
Yeah.
Other new project, which will be announced at the show in July.
This is so new that I don't think even I know about it. Unless you've told me and I forgot. But
You
we'll get back to that off camera.
You have walked past it on the drive,
Okay, that I was not paying
but I'm just
attention on
going
my
to
way
say,
in.
yeah, probably not. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's under a tarp.
I didn't
which
even
is
notice
the,
that there was a car
which is-
under a tarp.
Which is the key part.
Yeah.
So yes, fresh news.
Beautiful. Very fresh.
So yes, we will be down there, and also we're going to be streaming the entire event. All being well, we're going to be doing like a 5-hour stream from about 11 a.m. through to 4 p.m.
This is a hell of a way to find out.
Oh, it gets better. We actually have like famous people.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of a guy called Alan Milliard?
Yes.
Alan Milliard is a lunatic.
I know. I know
coming.
the Viper engine bike that
He's
he's built,
bringing-
among many other
He is bringing the Viper engine
Excellent.
bike, and we will be talking to him, all being well.
magic.
So yeah, we will hopefully be chatting to Alan about his lunacy, among other things, and walking around the sites. We're going to do a walk around of the July show, obviously, and that will be a full test, where this is a tech test, because we're all of about 20 feet from all of our spares. We're going to do a full test at the July show with a couple hours of stream walking around the show, and then do a big test at, a big show at the Westbox Car Club show, which should be really good fun. So hopefully we'll have a lot of vehicles.
That
to
actually
do things
explains,
with.
because I saw in the Discord earlier, someone was, I think it was President Reagan again, asking what the deal was with tickets for the West Berkshire Car Show, and I'm like, it's not, it's the Reading Car Show that
Yes,
we're
so
going
there's-
to.
so two
I
of
did,
them, yes.
obviously, yeah, I didn't.
Yes,
Yeah.
so for that one, that is not is also. Ooh, people are putting good information up. Yes, so we have the Berkshire one this week, which is the Berkshire Car Show.
Oh,
Yeah.
so there's the Berkshire Car Show and then
Yes.
the West Berkshire Classic Car Club Car Show.
Correct. There you go.
A few, like,
Yeah.
4 weeks after, 5 weeks
Yes.
after, or something. Okay. I'm just going to call it. I'm
Yes.
just going to call this one the Reading Car Show.
Yes, it's way
Because that's what
easier
I've
that way.
always called it. So it's just
Yes.
where my
So
brain's
yes,
at.
he was talking about the one next weekend, not the one on the 6th.
Right,
So
okay.
yeah, it's Sunday the 6th of August. I'm going to be doing some like shorts and things across this coming week for both of them to try and get people to come down. But we will obviously be doing the old meet and greet stuff. Yes, yeah. The Reading one in Prospect Park is next weekend, Sunday the 2nd of July. Doors, use the term loosely.
Gate.
Doors open at 10:30 and go on till what I think is about 4 or 5 o'clock normally. We're normally packing down by about 5 o'clock, give or take.
Yeah.
So yes, so that should be working nicely. Oh yes, there is also the RSME, Reading Society of Model Engineers,
yes.
who have a 5-inch gauge and a 7 1/4-inch gauge track in the corner of the park, effectively on their own little private bit of land, but it borders onto the park. You just go straight through. They have an entrance to the platforms and a bridge that goes into the main site, and they will be doing public running on the 2nd of July as well. And they normally have a good half dozen trains going. And it is quite entertaining. That could be quite cool if we manage to get the... there you go. I wonder if we've got the range to be able to get that camera, the wireless
getting dirty
camera,
looks from off camera.
the wireless camera on a lap around the train. Well, this is it. So it's because the Pterodac's 500-foot range in free space, but we'd have that because we'd have line of sight. Yeah. Well, we can put it on the corner of the gazebo. Sorry, we're just now planning what we're going to do.
Yeah.
So the Pterodac has a 500-foot line of sight range. There are no obstacles besides trees in the way. And it's probably about 100 yards away, so it should theoretically work. We could feasibly finish the stream off, if nothing else, the walk around by going on the train. If it drops on the train then, so be it. Finish the lap and then come back up and just throw it back to stage. So yeah, that would be quite entertaining to do.
That could be good fun.
I wonder if they normally have a meeting on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. I'll have to pop down.
You need to get your license. Because one of my favourite things, you'll figure it out in a second. One of my favourite, sorry, just the talk of cameras and wireless video and everything reminded me. The coolest part of the Bovington show today was as some of the tanks were driving around, they were quad pilots, like orbiting them, and doing close-up shots that were being transmitted.
I've got my drone license.
Oh, cool.
Well, so the problem is getting it out of the drone. Anything under 250 grams, you just need an online test license and license the drone
but because
for, and
there's
you just
crowds...
register it. So it's not a license; it's public liability insurance that you need.
And a license. No, sorry, because it was just last week. I
also have it. Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. As I suggest
Between us,
this,
many of us have public liability. We've realised.
Yeah. Yes, because we are public liability.
Because as Jess says, we are public liability.
Sorry, there's another part that I just remembered actually as I was suggesting it, which is under CAA rules, you can only fly away. You're not allowed to fly over or in such a point that you could conceivably like glide down. Like not such a problem for a drone, which is just brick.
Yes.
But for me with the plane, I have to make sure that I'm flying somewhere that the plane can't conceivably land in a crowd.
Correct. Yes.
Unless I get a much higher.
The drones are easier because they're lighter. So they're less of an impact.
Yes.
Which is why the 250 gram rule exists.
Yeah.
And, as you say, they can theoretically drop like a stone rather than crashing through a crowd.
Yeah.
So you can see...
It doesn't...
The best I can do is turn off the inputs and then shout at you.
Yes. We can actually sort a gallery mic, in fairness, but I have a very poor quality 3.5mm input.
We would have to call it the peanut gallery mic.
But... We could put the Rode mic up as well. Ooh, that's the I've just realised, Jess. That's the other thing I need to get you to print, and I need to design. Is a PedalBox mount to go on a stick mic that we can use to talk to people.
Yes, that'd be cool.
Because you can buy them, but why buy things that you can print?
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, well, why spend like £15 on something when you can spend hours doing CAD and like £10 of filament?
Damn it!
For the first failure
yes.
that ends up in spaghetti, which in fairness it probably won't on Mint's printer, which is by all accounts running extremely well.
The first one, to be fair, as long as I get the taper right on the inside of the microphone, everything else should work. because if I make it slightly undersized, as long as I can hold the mic up so it wedges it on the top, everything will
Apparently,
be fine.
Aidborn has stick mics, but they're not wireless.
Yeah.
Can you make them wireless?
Yes, I have a wireless adapter.
Cool.
Which plugs into one of these, which clips in. It actually runs on the same spectrum as that. It uses the same receiver.
Right.
And you just turn that on instead, and it just bumps.
So how many people are going to be contributing tech to the PedalBox broadcast at the show? Because already we've got like what 4 people's worth of gear here.
You're coming up, right? Right, Adrian? Yeah. You're coming up to do camera? Yeah. Yeah, you are. Sure. So yes, I think we should be able to make all of this work if we throw enough people at it. Being able to throw people at it is the major
gallery audio.
Apparently.
So yeah, okay, we now have gallery audio.
Okay, we're just going to test gallery audio.
Hi gallery audio.
It's okay. You don't have gallery video. You've got gallery audio.
Okay, we
Okay.
have gallery audio. Right. Okay, I'm going to just mute our gallery audio now.
Brilliant.
Yes, good. And to be fair, if you could make one or other, August is the preference. But yes, you should definitely come up, and we'll have a barbecue afterwards. Because screw it.
Always up for barbecue. I'll be honest, I'm going to put pretty low odds on me getting the rover sorted. I know I've got 5 weeks, but it's untaxed, that's easy to fix.
Yes.
UnMOT'd, easy to fix, subject to time availability.
Yeah, that's. Tax is easy because it's online.
Yes.
MOT requires an appointment, so it's trickier.
Yeah. Uninsured, which is then a
Hard.
money constraint. I have to have cash up
Well,
front
no,
to
harder because you have to be taxed an MOT to get
before I
your...
can even go down that road. Yeah.
Oh.
It also still doesn't have most of the interior in.
Ooh, that's a good point.
And I still need to do my rewiring stuff on it. And that's on top of, right now I'm trying to buy a house.
Yes.
Or rather, I've had an offer accepted, blah, 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 but like I've now got like just tons and tons of paperwork and crap to do. So
Yes.
I'm going to be quite busy.
Yeah, no, that's probably fair.
So as much as I would love to, I'm just saying right now, it may not work out quite how I'd like.
Yeah, I bet.
But I will try.
So yes, I think we are probably going to think about wrapping it up. Not least because you've not had any food since yesterday.
I've had a donut.
Okay, okay, an improvement. I've
Yeah.
not had a great deal today, so I'm getting
Probably
a little
more than a donut.
peckish. And rather than when we normally do these streams, where we do a 4-hour wrap-up, and then turn everything off and go, cool, done, we actually have to dismantle the entirety of the studio today because the studio is outside. And
The studio
weather.
is currently under gazebo.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we
We
could do a quick
need
studio
to take the
tour.
gazebo down.
Yes.
and-
Studio tour.
Should we
Studio
do a
tour.
quick studio tour?
Yes. So a lot of people have asked in the past. Well, okay, a lot of people. There's at least
Like
3 or
3.
4 people have said, "Can we see all the gear that we use?" But yes, we should actually do a studio tour at this point. I'm going to add supplemental light from this lamp over here to the studio tour because a lot of it is in the dark. So if I spin this round this way, M gets blinded. So over here we have one single lamp of the 3, well, no, of the 5 that I own. 3 are on loan at the moment. We have a Blackmagic Mini and another Blackmagic Mini on tripods. One, a very cheap small rig one, an excessively expensive Liebeck one. And then we go down into the Atom on the other side, which is down there. So that also takes my laptop in as well. And then we have the graphics server down here, which is doing all of the cool stuff. And basically all of this stuff is what Jess has put together, which is just hacks incarnate. And yeah, we
This
have
is my friend.
the
I
nice,
love this bit.
the nice desk rather than my hand-me-down one that we handed over before, and my other little Behringer, which is, it does the job, you know. It's not great. It does the job.
The desk Ace had inside has multiple broken channels that weren't labelled. We found that out the hard way on a stream.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah. Do you know what? I was actually forgetting the big Behringer. I was just thinking of the little X. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh, that's quite good. What? So that just plugs in. That's just doing the back end.
ATEM
This is
software,
fully
if
set
it's
up as
plugged in
ready
via
right
USB, ATEM software just automatically
Nice.
just controls it.
I love it when technology works.
So this is what tech see for the entire thing.
Many glowy lights.
Yeah, many glowy lights.
Yes. I don't like.
Well, no, actually, to be fair, what Tech see is that. when you can actually look
One
out
very bright light.
and you just see the glow. Right, what did people say?
The wrap-ups have been very good today. Very quick, yeah, definitely quick.
The wrap-ups have been very quick because they've been forced.
Accidental. Yeah.
We've been technologically challenged in our, technologically accelerated in our wrap-ups.
Nice.
That's actually
play.
quite impressive. Yes.
Yes.
Damn it, Elon.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Yes. So, thank you very much for joining us. Let's see if we can wrap this up before 10:30. Thank you very much for joining us. As you can see, we've had the banner going across the bottom, which is what that graphic server is running, with patreon.com/PedalBox Show and shop.pedalbox.show. If you go to Patreon and become a patron, you'll then get discount on the merch. We have got new t-shirts that are going up on there, which I should actually order so that we have some before the weekend.
That would be wise.
That would be really smart. Yeah, we should fix that.
Are we allowed to sell merch at the show?
Yeah.
Cool.
Good. So
Come to the show, buy our t-shirts in
all of
person.
the current stock that we have, because we're basically doing online, just send it out and solve the problem for us for a while, because we've got a lot of stock that's just tied up, a bunch of cash that we have in the house. So we're going to try and get rid of that and have something of a fire sale, just £10 a t-shirt rather than I think it's 15 or 16 or something online. Our neighbours are actually pretty good.
Tech needs t-shirts.
Our landlord is also one of our neighbours and has never had a complaint about all of this work, which is very convenient.
It's why I put up with that horrible like child or animal repellent noise in the background, whatever it is, because we make angle grinder noise, which seems like, okay, it's more intermittent, but it's a lot less sociable.
Yes, even the very high-pitched whine seems to be somewhat intermittent, which I don't get. But yes, our neighbours on that side...
We have very considerate neighbours.
They've changed. they moved not long after. They said, how long do you think it's going to take? And I went, oh, it should be done in 18 months. And the guy looked at me like, oh no. But
I do remember they were asking us not to work on the car while they had folks around viewing the house.
Yes, yeah. And also they had like a 3 or 4 year old. They were like, can you not do big work at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon when the kid's having a nap? Because otherwise I was like, yeah, that's absolutely fine, not a problem. And our neighbours around here are quite big into cars as well, which is very convenient.
Our former neighbour was a TVR tech, TVR specialist, now works in historic vehicle... historic motorsport?
He then went to historic automobiles and then went to a prep company for air-cooled Porsches, among other things.
Oh, okay.
And he actually worked on Ken Block's Africa Safari Porsche.
Neat.
And he went out with supporting Ken's car. So that was quite cool.
Yeah, and across the road we've got a collector as well who's quite cool. And just round the corner, partway around the block, is another guy who's got a couple of classic cars. He actually has maybe had, it's been a long time since I spoke to him, but he used to have an SD1.
Yeah.
Used to have like a 60-something, maybe early 70s Mustang that I think we see around.
There's a Camaro that we see tooling around here from time to time. There's a lot of cool stuff. So yes, unfortunately we are very, very lucky with our neighbours, all things considered.
And yes, we will get tech merch.
Yeah, tech should probably get merched at some point.
It seems fair.
Whether we get them,
we can't pay them in money.
Well, you should probably decide which ones you want. Actually, they're discussing something tech. And whilst normally
stuff.
I would be, I want to know what's going wrong. Right now, we should probably
get on with the wrap up.
Yeah, we've got 12 minutes before we're overdue, and even then, that's only a 15-minute one. Oh wow. Don's been in for a long time.
Don's pretty much an OG, actually.
Yes, that is basically one of our earliest subscribers, if he's been there since 2017.
Because I think, it can't have been late 2016 we started. It must have been early 2017.
I was going to say, so that might be... Are you sure it was 2017? So our first episode went out October 2017, but the channel was logged and started around that time. So yes, so that's probably... literally one of the first subscribers that we had.
Cheers, Don.
But yeah,
We appreciate
so,
it.
Yeah, thank you very much. You are long time. Drop us a message on one of the channels, and I'll send you some of the new stickers as well.
Yeah.
Because we've got some new ones printed up, some little bumper stickers as well as new bigger ones.
I always think it's really nice when people stick around, because like I know a lot of channels, like they change enough over time, the presentation style changes, the content changes, and I know for the most part our content has been continuing to work on this horrible disaster.
We've been incompetent from day one, and we're still incompetent to this day.
All that's happened is the production value's gone up.
Yeah.
So like on some level it's probably not going to be pushing too many people away. But yeah, it is nice to see when people stick around. It gives me a little bit of faith that, yeah, like we are still what we wanted to be at the beginning.
We've gone from 1080 to 4K. Production value's gone up. The numbers
by 4
bigger.
times.
Yeah, 4 times. 4 times the bigness.
And the cost of the cameras as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Aid laughs with tears rolling down his face.
Well, which one fell over? No, I sold that one. That's fine.
Yeah.
We were so up the tangent counter, will you? The tangent counter increment by 1.
Oh no, we haven't got a tangent counter today. We've got a wrap up.
Wrap up number 3 will be
counter.
coming soon. So yeah, the many years ago, we built a robot for Robot Wars, and we designed it. We designed it in one night.
Designed is a strong word for what we did in that night. We got like the rough concept out.
I sketched up I designed it in SketchUp as well, which was somewhat.
Well, we didn't know what battery was going in it. We didn't know how big the motors would be. Like it was pretty well. Like I would say we had a very good concept.
I was building
the first day.
Bearing mounts that night, but we finished at 4 a.m. We started at about 6 or 7 o'clock at night after work.
Yeah.
We finished at 4
a.m. It was basically every single day after work for 5 straight weeks, because that's all the time we had.
Yeah, it was. They announced Robot Wars was coming back.
If I remember right, we hadn't.
In 5 weeks' time was when the filming started.
We hadn't even been accepted when we started building.
Nope.
We just started building. We started
welding on that basis. We printed something. We designed something and sent them some things, going, "Hey, this is what we're going to build," and they went, "All right, we'll see."
Try it.
Yeah. Yeah, and we did build it, and we have one video of the weapon working,
and
it was
terrifying because I was holding the itself.
The weapon itself is
It was a 20-kilogram ring spinner.
Yeah, it was
It wasn't a full body spinner. It was a perimeter spinner because we were flippable.
Yeah, it's a full perimeter, and it basically had a 12.5 kilo. Because the weight limit,
the weight limit was 120 kilos. And we were allowed 20% of it was allowed to be rotating.
I thought it was less than that.
No, 20.
Was it 20%?
I'm pretty sure it was 20 kilos at 2,000 RPM.
It might have been more because we were on the edge.
Yeah, we broke one of the limits.
Yeah, the ring.
One of the limits we broke.
You were basically allowed to break one rule
with permission, but yeah.
As long as as long as you haven't included like a literal explosive.
And we couldn't go over on RPM.
Yeah. So
no, we were too big. It was 2 foot, 2,000 RPM, 20% EMS. I think were your 3 limits.
So it was a double axe head. Actually, no, it was more of a double arrowhead because it was triangles, and essentially it was offcuts from the armor plates that we welded 4 of them. So it had this big V in the center, and it had a plate, a plate there, and a plate there, and then those were welded onto a rolled steel ring that we had to get made for us, and that was 40 mil by 20 mil solid steel bar.
Rolled into a hoop and welded around the end.
Rolled it into a hoop, we welded it around the end, got it all done, made bearing carriers for the entire thing to run on. And it clattered, it was smooth, but it was loud when it was running.
Because the whole
thing went round. The whole thing could flip upside down as well.
Yeah, because the spinner was mounted at the kind of waistline in the middle of the robot. So the robot was like yay tall.
And it had a clamshell
and it was held in bearings like this.
We'll have to get it on the channel one day.
We'll have to get it back off Fibs, yeah.
And basically this thing, we had it running at 5% a week before.
That was 5% throttle on one of the 2 drive motors.
Yes, one of 2 drive motors for the ring.
Yeah,
at 5% power, with Chris leaning over it, holding the controller in the center, and this thing went round, and every single one of us stood there, looked at it, and went, "Oh my God!" I have no doubt it would have been phenomenal.
If it worked. There's a big if
it had worked. There was a lot of question of whether it was going to work, and then one of the speed controllers fried. Because you were
careful with how you say that, because it didn't fry itself. I fried it.
I mean, we were literally, well, you were literally sat on a platform on a train.
Still programming the thing.
Yeah, programming and
on my way up
coding this
to
stuff with the unit. We got all the way up there. I was ill the night before, so you drove my car up, got there. We were still building it as they were filming the first heats.
Yeah, and they made allowance after allowance, and they were like, "We want to see it run. They really wanted to see it work." Yeah.
So they were like, "We'll push you back. We'll push you back. We'll push you back into like later episodes." And then it went. We were like, "We can't get parts. We're done."
Yeah, because no one else was, because we were running very high voltage. By the standards of what was around, we were running like 50-something volt power system.
Yeah.
On all brushless motors. We actually had censored brushless motors, which I've since discovered didn't actually matter. We could have run sensorless drivers, but the particular motor controllers that we needed.
What's that? We didn't know what we were doing? No, surely not.
But like loads and loads of teams. Now this is one thing that obviously you don't really see this when obviously the robots are competing with each other, because obviously they're all trying to just beat the snot out of each other. But in the pits, the amount of camaraderie is incredible. 4 or 5 separate teams all said, "Here are our speed controllers. Would you like to borrow one?" And we looked at them. We were like, all of them were either they were for brushed motors, for the folks running like windscreen wiper motors out of cars or from washing machines and that sort of stuff, or they were brushless but they couldn't handle the voltage that we were running because we're quite high voltage. And yeah, unfortunately, none of them could work. At this point, we were already like a full day late or something. We said, look, there's another robot that had basically been, they were on as a reserve. I can't remember which one it was.
I can't remember.
But
either.
we ended up just saying, look, we're taking the piss now.
At this point, we cannot guarantee that we will be able to get it to work, and there is no point making allowance for us. We'll just come back in the next season. And
which we didn't.
Unfortunately, we didn't. I can't remember. I think work basically got in the way of everything in the world.
Yeah, I don't think we applied for the second season, unfortunately.
We didn't. We thought we'll take more time. Because the second season they filmed very soon after the other one, and we went, cool. Oh no, we should probably wait for the third one.
Another robot stole our name, by the way, after we did.
There was already a Doomba before we used ours as well, I found. There was at least one in America. Yeah.
Okay. Because the American one that I found was actually after us.
There was a Doomba that existed before us.
Yeah.
Not the same design of the shape.
Yeah, but it was also a spinner, if I remember right.
Yeah, it was a spinner, but it wasn't the same as ours. So
I'm only aware of one other invertible spinner, like full perimeter spinner, and it was Mr. Speed Squared. Annoyingly, it was in the same season we were, and it worked. So, kind of stole our thunder. Which, in fairness, like fair play to them. Obviously, they built a working robot. Like,
yes,
we did not manage that.
Yeah, we probably went a bit overkill, but
in a couple of places,
overkill is my favourite kind of kill.
Yeah.
Right. 3 minutes.
We're being
before
gestured
we
by
actually go
by
over, and we are being told to shut the fuck up. So
demonetized.
We will see you hopefully next weekend at the car show. If we don't see you then, we'll see you hopefully at the one after that on the 6th of August. Remember, so it's July 2nd. 10:30, Prospect Park. There are already signs up all over Reading for the show.
Yeah, I saw a few as I was walking in just now.
The Westbox one will be on. We'll be putting up some more short videos and things so that people know hopefully where we're going to be, etc., on the day. And yeah, we will see you then. If not, we'll see you in a future live stream, and videos will be coming soon. There is one set for this weekend to go out, but then
just
this
done
all
QA
happened.
on like 3 or 4 episodes, so they should be ready to go shortly.
6 that are completely filmed, and they just need the bit of polish and QA on them. So hopefully that should be up this week.
Soon.
So thanks very much everybody for watching. We will see you next time. Ta-ra!